Are you ready for the Capricorn Full Moon on Thursday, July 10th? 18 degrees, Cancer season, in a trine to the South Node in Virgo and Mars? Are we building a new reality? Pew! What's up, everybody? It's Eric Taylor, BigEAstro, back with another transit series video. And today, I am talking about the Capricorn Full Moon coming up shortly on July 10th. 18 degrees, it's Cancer season. The sun is opposing the moon. And this is at 4:37 p.m. Eastern, 18 degrees, 50 minutes. That's a Virgo degree. It's in a trine to Mars, Orcus, and the South Node in Virgo. We have Jupiter in Cancer in a trine to the Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio. We have Uranus in Gemini. This is the first full moon with Uranus and Gemini and Pluto and Aquarius for anybody alive today. And Uranus is trining Pluto, retrograde at 2 degrees. Saturn, right, 1 degrees. Neptune went retrograde on July 4th. And Saturn and Neptune are sextiling Uranus and Gemini. Well, let's talk about getting to this chart, but what does this all mean? Because, we got to go back to even 2020, right? January 12th, that 22 degrees, that was the Saturn-Pluto conjunction that started everything around the pandemic, right? And this is conjuncted. This is 18 degrees. So what have we learned since then? What are we building since then? What's been revealed? The trine to the South Node, we've got to make sure we are being very intentional about our health. Virgo, South Node, Pisces, North Node. That's the health axis. Okay, so this Sun in Cancer, right, is trining the Pisces North Node. So we have to trust our inner knowing, right, our feelings, right? Think of Jupiter in Cancer, the emotional intelligence trining Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio, trusting your intuition, your alchemic energy. Right now, with the light codes from the sun and our ascension, Uranus and Gemini trining Pluto Aquarius, it's about innovation and technology that we've never seen before, and ancient technology coming up, right? Uranus conjunct Sedna in Gemini and also Venus. But it's also about us understanding that no matter what happens with our finances in the stock market, whatever happens with crypto, we are going to be a part of building this new legacy, this new reality, new technologies, new internet, new breath, new consciousness. And we are really walking into new versions of ourselves as we ascend to the fifth dimension, right? New DNA. So right now, this full moon, it's really about the introspection, right? And it's about building that legacy, but building the new earth and a new reality for your life and your family. Okay? So the Mars in Virgo and Orcus, it's about investigating the truth about health, even since, 2020. We've learned so much. So many people have been stirred and shooken up and awakened. And now it's about taking what you've learned the last 5 years and bringing it into this new reality and new consciousness, right? Remember, I've told you that 2025 is the year of coming attractions, the sneak previews. And right now, right, until September 1st, even though we've got planets retrograde, these are the planetary alignments that are going to be bringing us into this new reality and new earth. Saturn in Aries, Neptune in Aries, Uranus in Gemini, Pluto in Aquarius. These are the planetary energies that from now to 29 to 34 to 39 to 44 that are going to be in our energy field, in our lexicon, and in our frequency and vibration. So pay attention and remember with the Capricorn moon, it has, and it's in the second decan, 18 degrees. So that is the Capricorn Taurus decan. So there's going to be a lot about your values and self-worth, activating the throat chakra, but also bringing things into physical reality. Okay? Connecting and grounding and earthing in nature. Uranus and Gemini, you are going to have to tap in to your breath work. Gemini, that's getting into technology, education, travel, lungs. Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury, and that's the central nervous system in the back of your neck. So when we are willing to tap in to new thoughts, breath work, breathing, being conscious of our breath, right? We are going to be able to even increase the capacity of potentially our lungs, our values, our self-worth, the Venus, right? And find innovative ways to make money. Having Uranus conjunct Sedna and Venus and Gemini at this Capricorn full moon, it is about building the new reality and new future that you can have a legacy on, with the trust, with the will, with, cryptocurrency, with being a part of a new internet, right? Beyond opera. So, tap in. We're going to look at this chart, and July is a month where we've got a lot of retrogrades. Pluto's already been a retrograde. July 4th, Neptune went retrograde. July 13th, Saturn goes retrograde. July 17th, 18th, Mercury goes retrograde in Leo. And then later in the month, Chiron as well. So we are moving into, and remember, it's Cancer season, and then we get into Leo season on the 22nd, and then right after that, the new moon. Leo and Cancer are very much about power and government, authorities, kings, right? So there may be a changing of the guard in our country or in an allies country or in other nations. So pay attention to that and know that what you need to build in your own personal life is new ways of thought and positive thinking that can sustain you for this new earth and this new reality. There's no victimhood, and there's no going back to the Piscean age. These planetary alignments that you've heard many astrologers speak about that connect back to the American Revolution, the French Revolution, the Civil War, World War II, that was in the Piscean age. These are different alignments. These are new because they are in the age of Aquarius. You're going to have more revelation and truth with Uranus, Trine, Pluto, and Aquarius, Uranus and Gemini, right? About our technologies, about science, about the medical system. So strap your boots on and let's walk into this emotional intelligence, the abundance, the safety and security, and coming back home to our own heart, coming back home to our own bodies, and to an increase of our lung capacity, our DNA, and our emotional minds. This is the Capricorn full moon. Let's look at the chart. BigEAstro Astrology. Pew! All right, Thursday, July 10th. Capricorn full moon, 18 degrees. This is powerful. This is my moon. Not that degree, but I'm a Capricorn moon. Now, this Capricorn moon, 18th degree, I told you that's a Virgo degree. And, kind of in a conjunction of Fumless, which makes small things into bigger things. You see the Pluto retrograding down to 2 degrees now. But we have this trine, all right? There's a Scorpio rising chart. We're looking at 1:37 p.m. Pacific, and it's 4:37 p.m. Eastern for this full moon. And this trine to the Virgo South Node, okay, also known as K2, Orcus, and the Mars. Now, remember, the South Node and Mars, they do similar things. South Node K2 is connected to dogs, Mars, cats. Mars is brothers, boyfriends, property, land, procedure, surgery, investigation, probing. The soldier, the warrior, the general, logistics, right? Investigation. Orcus is about investigating the truth. Virgo and Scorpio and Sag are about the truth. And Virgo is about making things better, being of service to humanity, right? So what can we learn with this Capricorn full moon that's illuminating from 2020 January, right? And all that we went through about our health, right? About initiating health and taking care of and protecting ourselves and the lungs and humanity. And the South Node, like Mars, it cuts, separates, and divides. It's bringing up things from the past, like 2020, but it's also bringing up things about health and our gut health, right? And how to not be so nitpicky, right? So what, this doesn't taste good. It's a fruit, eat it. So what, you don't like that? It's a vegetable that for your health, eat it, right? So we've got to become more intentional about what we're building and what we're eating from the earth, right? Our soil, the minerals, planting and growing foods, okay? Tapping into that Virgo South Node is going to have us really be connected spiritually to the plants and the trees, the mushrooms, the mycelium network, right? It's about new forms and new ideas and new levels of consciousness. The Mercury in Leo, right? That's preparing us for this Leo new moon, and then the retrograde starting on the 18th. So, 8 days away, that Mercury is going to, dance up pretty high, probably to at least 21, 22 degrees. And what we've got to see and get is that we're in the Cancer Scorpio decan, okay? And so we're having both, okay? And, with the Jupiter at 7 degrees in Cancer is expanding our emotional intelligence, our safety and security, okay? Jupiter in Cancer is exalted. And that trine to the Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio, it's about trusting your intuition, right? Being grounded, not just in nature, even in the water. Get the shungite in the bathtubs for this full moon Thursday night, and put your crystals out Thursday morning, or if you need to, Wednesday night, if you got to go to work, and realize that, getting these waters and illuminating and charging your crystals, it's a way to cleanse them, right? Because this is all during the daylight, even, summertime, 4:37, and building this legacy. Capricorn's connected to the forest, right? And this is the Taurus decan. The Cancer, Scorpio decan. So the sun and moon are opposing and the decans are opposing. And it's all kind of meeting in the Virgo degree here. I love that. So with Uranus, remember, this just came in on the 7-7 portal, Uranus and Gemini. And so that being conjunct Sedna and being conjunct Venus, this is a powerful time. Anything can happen with Uranus. Yes, it can affect our nerves and the central nervous system. It also can affect our hands and our hand skills, transportation, thought, consciousness, and communication. So there may be new technologies coming up about traveling in flight. There may be new ways, like the Waymo cars, they're out here in a few states. They may start to go more states, 50 states in America, They're very big in Las Vegas and in Arizona and other states. They're going to start to come more places. It's kind of cool. My son likes riding in them. But Uranus and Gemini conjunct Venus, this could be a fluctuation with this being Capricorn Virgo degree about commodities, our resources, our food supply, and illuminating things about our financial structures. Okay? There are going to be a lot of changes the rest of 2025 going into 2026 with our financial systems, with blockchain, right? With digital credit scores and things like that. So you've got to be prepared, right? This Saturn and Aries, the ruler of this moon, it's about conjunct Neptune. It's about dissolving the walls and becoming less reliant on the government and becoming the president and leaders of your own life. Self-reliance, self-acceptance, more sovereign. We've got this. Aries wants you to be brave and courageous and initiate as the pioneer maverick, right? That sextile to Uranus and Gemini is here to help us. And you're going to have to do this with tapping in, not just with nature and the oceans and the water, but also tapping in to the trees, to the plants, and to higher thought. Come home into your physical body. We always want to go up and out and meditate and travel in the ethers. But we are still living in this 3D matrix. And we're in these avatar physical bodies, these meat suits. So we have to be grounded in our physical bodies in order to properly breathe, to ascend, and to awaken, right, Christ consciousness within you. That's what Yeshua was all about. The Capricorn rising, Virgo, Sun, Pisces, Moon. So this full moon is to remind you who you are, whose you are, and what legacy, what consciousness, what new ways of thought can be built with your spiritual discipline. Okay? This Cancer Sun is trining the Pisces North Node. And with the Jupiter trining the Scorpio Black Moon Lilith, you've got to get into the flow. When you get into your breath work, when you get into your meditation, when you tap in, it really helps to lengthen your telomeres and to improve every aspect of your life. Even with Uranus and Gemini at this time, calming your nervous system. You're going to need that, believe me. You may not be prepared for what's going to happen on July 7th, and it's not going to be instant, it's gradual, but this is to November 7th, and then it comes back in April 2026. February 20th, right? Oh, by the way, on July 15th, Saturn and Neptune will be, within agreed apart of each other, even a little less than a degree. They will be as close as they're going to be this year, but on February 20th, 2026, Saturn and Neptune will be conjunct at 0 degrees in Aries. And Saturn's there to 2029, Neptune's there to 2039. Uranus goes in April back to Gemini, and it's there really after it goes into Cancer, retrogrades back, and then goes in to 2034. Pluto's in Aquarius to 2044. So that's what I'm speaking of. We have got to become familiar with these energies that we're having now. So really align yourself with these planets. Become the Jed, the D-J-E-D-I, the Jedi of your natal birth chart, right? Reach out to me. Do a birth chart reading, right? Take advantage of the Cancer birth chart sale. Eric at BigEAstrology.com, 305 or 206. But even take my Astro Life Transformational Program, a 5-month program. If you want to master the energy of your birth chart and integrate these planetary bodies, these frequency and vibrations that your soul chose. The birth chart is the map of your life, the remembrance of your soul. So when you really master it, life slows down. You see things coming in ways that you can never imagine. It can make you a better spouse, a better worker, a better boss, a better parent, a better sibling, a better child. You want to know your children's birth charts, people. Especially in these times, this ancient wisdom and esoteric occult knowledge of astrology, gematria, numerology, soul contracts, tarot, human design, it is here for a purpose and a reason. It is no longer just for the benefits of the power structures and the elites. They use it every day. Are you kidding me? The astrology is more ancient than any of the religions. It's in the Bible, the Torah, and the Quran. The Magi, the three wise men, they used the stars. That's how they knew and found Yeshua, baby Jesus. You've been knowing this. Tap in. This is the time. We can't go back to the Piscean age and yearn for the deception and the illusion and confusion anymore. It has never served you. You maybe have mastered the system that is broken of lies and untruths. But it's built on a house of cards. It's paper thin, paper towel. Now it's time to build something on truth and revelation, on freedom and liberation, on, power to the people, on kombucha and a slice of vegan pizza for everybody. This is how we become more free, more liberated, more sovereign. When we increase our self-love, when we focus on our spiritual practice, when we start integrating the healthy ways to eat and to fast and get with the circadian rhythms of the sun and all these things, sun gazing and sunrise and sunset, you are an electromagnetic being. You get charged by the energy of the sun. The sun is so healing. The sun's not giving you the C word. It's the chemicals and the lotions. You have got to be out in the sun and become and build up that vitality. That's what Cancer and Leo season is all about. They're the two most pure signs. Cancer ruled by the moon, Leo ruled by the sun. The sacred father and mother, the sacred masculine, divine feminine. Jupiter in Cancer is awakening that energy where we can all receive and do better receiving. We can all, Saturn, Aries, become more sovereign and walk in our true, brave, courageous selves. The divine feminine is going to awaken now, but in a healthy way, not in the overcorrection, not in the Barbie world that boys are bad and toxic, in the way that men and women need to see each other, love each other, respect each other equally. The divine feminine and the divine masculine is important for us all, that we truly love and need one another. This is the perfect, really a beautiful time, right? The starseeds, we have chosen to come back and to be here for all of this. You're built for all of this. Faith over fear. Capricorn Moon and Capricorn Full Moon is very creative, talented with music and writing. The sextile to the Pisces South Node. Tap into the higher frequencies and vibrations. You're going to be fine. But it's time to be more present and conscious in the now, to let go of the lies, illusions, and delusions of the past and the Piscean age, and now to move forward in the age of Aquarius, being more sovereign, demanding your freedom and liberation, being more conscious as a human being and as a spirit and a soul, having more respect for nature and animals, honoring women and treating them like the queens that they are, walking in your royalty and your regalness and being the king that you are. Same thing with you ladies, be the queens that you are. And honor your man as the king he is. We've got to stop the belittling and the back talking and the pointing fingers and nitpicking and hating and, oh, I got this and you don't got that. Why is it an I? Aren't we and shouldn't we be a we? A collective? A tribe? Come join my community, it's time. Knowledge is Love Tribe. And be Uranus and Gemini, be comfortable with change and being uncomfortable. That's where the real growth comes in. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Risings, get ready. to November 7th, you're going to experience some new energies that you need to be prepared for starting April 2026 for the next 7 years of your life. Almost 8 years. Okay? So this Capricorn full moon, it's going to age fine like a new wine. And you'll see when the Capricorn new moon comes, see what you've built. See what new steps you've taken for your legacy. Write down and journal and set the intention with this full moon that you, in 6 months in Capricorn season for the Capricorn new moon, that you have built a new spiritual practice, a new plan of success for your legacy and your family, new disciplines, new healthy boundaries, so that you can become brave and courageous and the pioneering maverick leader of your life, properly initiating and asserting yourself into every aspect of your reality and your inner strength. You are not small. You're big. You're a giant. Right? Our galactic ancestors are here. Planet Nibiru, Anunnaki, right? All this stuff, things are moving and shaking and happening. Between July 7th and even July 10th to the Pisces lunar eclipse and Virgo solar eclipse, a lot's going to go down. And these planets going retrograde are to help you, because they're going to be coming close. When the planet's retrograde, it's closer to the Earth. The vibrations and frequencies of Pluto, Neptune, Saturn, and Chiron, they are going to be here to heal your wounding so you can become more sovereign, more free, more spiritually independent and aligned to your own thought and consciousness, to awaken that crown chakra and that third eye, to walk in to a new earth and a new reality and building a new legacy. Capricorn's the sea goat. It's not stopping until it achieves its goals, its assignment, its mission. Don't stop. You keep going. You're doing a great job. Give yourself some flowers. Pat yourself on the back. This Capricorn full moon, we have to be thankful for this at this time. This is not your average, full moon. The messages are clear. It's a universal 9 year, 18 degrees. That's a 9, right? Complete the assignment and mission. You complete my mission. Okay? So what's my mission as I come to this planet? Move over Saturn, because your rings can't stand it. I slammed it as my breath exhaled, and I'm coming through the oceans, right? Like Orca the whale, Pisces North Node. 9 months in jail from the womb to the tomb. I was born, Virgo over here, I was born in September. Uranus, Venus, Gemini, but I was ready in June. Eager to patrol with my shining soul, and I plan to be the glue to the globe. Okay? You got it. We got it. Let's move together as a tribe and become free, liberated, sovereign, and the president and leaders of your own individual lives. There's no relying on me or any other astrologer on YouTube. There's no relying on this and that. You've got the light codes, you've got the wisdom, you've got the discipline, you've got the skills and gifts and abilities to make it happen for yourself. No more playing small. All right? I love you. Enjoy this Capricorn full moon on Thursday. I'll be on live talking about Chiron the Wounded Healer in the Signs, 8 p.m. Eastern, with Miss Anjani Segrist, Awaken the Dream School, Miss Venus Gemstone on IG. And we're going to talk about Chiron through the signs, so you know how to heal the wounds and to become that healer. All right? This is powerful. These are powerful times. There's nothing you can't handle though. All right. Enjoy this Capricorn full moon and write down what is it that you're building. Who are you? Who are you going to become? There's nothing that you want. You're thanking the universe with gratitude for all that you will accomplish and achieve. Capricorn full moon. Eric Taylor, BigEAstro. Pew. That's it. Cancer season. Capricorn full moon, 18 degrees, July 10th, 4:37 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. 10 plus 4 is 14. That's a 5. It's all about change, right? So, what do you need to change in your life so that you can become the president and leader of your own life? What do you need to change to become more free and more sovereign? Do you need to meditate more 7 days a week? Should you get yourself some more crystals? Should you ground and earth more in nature? Do you need to start journaling and keeping a dream book? Do you need to increase being conscious and aware of your breath work? Do you need to reprogram your subconscious mind? Do you need to do some intermittent fasting and eat more fruits and vegetables, take care of your health? Do you need to drink more natural spring water? What do you need to do? Who are you to become? What legacy are you to build and leave behind for generations behind you and beyond you? There's no time like the present. The energy is supporting you, and I encourage you to take this Capricorn full moon and use it as a boost to not be afraid of the discipline, structure, being organized, and the hard work. Because in the long run, it's worth it, and you're worth it, and it's time to really be free. You know? What did Lauren say? It's freedom time now. Freedom. All right. Capricorn full moon. Eric Taylor, BigEAstrology. Cancers, hit me up, Eric at BigEAstrology.com. And if you'd like to join my tribe, either $18 or $5 a month, www.community.BigEAstrology.com. Knowledge is Love Tribe. Lots of discounts. The premium membership, you get the monthly coffee talks for free. We have monthly twice a month, monthly tribe meetings. The next one is Friday, July 11th, right after this full moon. Enjoy it. I'll see you Thursday night for episode 358 of my Knowledge is Love Astrology podcast. And I hope you enjoy my moon and this Capricorn full moon. Thursday, July 10th, 4:37 p.m. Eastern, 18 degrees. You got this. You're a builder, a master builder, and you are sovereign. And you have to break down the walls of lies and deception and victimhood. The chart is supporting that. Now it's on you. BigEAstrology. Happy Capricorn full moon. God bless. Peace.